This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Mike Rotundo is going to start teaming with Tim Horner a lot, and he's going to be putting over the Master Blasters, Kevin Nash and Al Green. Life is not going exactly according to plan here for Mike, but thankfully the shipboat captain is no more. As Mike Rotundo announces, he's changed his name to Michael Wall Street, and he introduces Alexandra York, and he discusses a board meeting and what to do with his millions of dollars, and he's giving stock advice on the phone. And they note that they've invested in computer technology to determine exactly how to defeat any WCW superstar. I admit, at the time as a kid, I thought this was a fucking hell of a gimmick. In hindsight, I can look back and say, well, this was some sort of silly shit. But Terry Runnels gets a real opportunity here to go from the makeup chair backstage to being out front. And she's obviously a very attractive young woman, and she deserves some TV time. But now he's got his third gimmick in 3 years. At Starrcade 90, Rotunda and Terry Taylor face off. They get 6 minutes and 52 seconds. And what do you know? Wall Street picks up a win. His finisher, a Samoan drop, is now called the stock market crash, and he wins in 6 minutes and 52 seconds. But they're doing an interesting little gimmick here with Alexandra York. The idea is she punches it in the computer, and it says, hey, Wall Street's going to win this match in 8 minutes and 32 seconds or less. And they work the match as almost like a beat the clock kind of deal. In hindsight, I could see why we would poke fun at this, but at the same time, it's something new. It's something different. What'd you think?
I didn't dislike it at all. I thought getting more sex appeal on the show with Terry Runnels was a good thing. She fit the role. She looked sexier in hell with those glasses, her hair up kind of up in a bun deal, whatever you call it. So I thought that added a lot of sizzle to Mike's presentation, and it got computers in the picture, and computers were becoming a bigger and bigger part. I'm sorry to say, of our world. Drag this, click here, add your password, add your PIN. Why don't I just give you my goddamn ATM number, take all my money? So I liked it. I didn't have a problem with it. Again, the search was on to find a persona that we could make money on, utilizing the in-ring skills of Mike Rotunda, now AKA Michael Wall Street.
Perhaps most notably, Michael Wall Street would pin Harley Race in Missouri, St. Joseph, Missouri, to be exact. During the match, Race would suffer a shoulder injury, and it would wind up being Harley's last match ever. That's a nice little trivia piece, a little footnote. That
I didn't remember that
last match.
Yeah, Conrad, I'm sorry, I didn't remember that. I don't know what Michael Wall Street was doing in St. Joe, Missouri, unless Harley owned part of the territory, and maybe he just needed an opponent.
Well, Harley was working some dates here with WCW in this era, so that's all she wrote. Let my family save your family some cash. You don't need perfect credit. You don't need money out of your pocket, but we will save you money. It's not a matter if, it's a matter of how much. SaveWithConrad.com. And let's mention, this is about all she wrote for Mike, because Dusty Rhodes is going to leave the WWF for WCW. And when he comes back, he's going to come back in as a booker. And it's not too terribly long after Dusty returns that Mike is no more. The February 2nd, 1991 edition of Worldwide would see Wall Street defeat David Isley. And it's the last time you see Wall Street on TV, as he's going to be exiting the company. And Tony Schiavone at the time went on the WCW hotline and said this was a contract dispute over money. Is that how you remember it? I mean, it always comes down to cash and creative, right?
Pretty much. Yeah. I'm sure that Mike has found the company had placed Mike in a non-attractive comfort zone. And generally about money or creative. The creative, look, you can make an argument about the creative easily because, like you said, how many gimmicks did he have in the last 3 years?
Yeah. a lot.
Change this persona, change that persona, take this direction, go that direction. He never understood who the hell he was or why he was or anything. But I thought when they split him and Alexander York apart, that didn't do the Mike Rotunda character any favors. And I think that he probably felt the same way, that, you know, they tried this. I was the captain. I was a Wall Street guy. I was on the varsity club, you know, and it just didn't work. It didn't work out in the long run. And that's not any fault of Mike Rotunda. And, you know, and obviously Dusty didn't have any great faith in him, or Mike would have stayed there and would have tried to see how Dusty could get him over. But anyway, he got a new lease on life soon thereafter.
Was it, in hindsight, do you think there was something that they could have done differently with Mike in the NWA and WCW?
I think he could have been a great heel, utilizing the computer stuff and his assistant. I like that pairing. It looked good for publicity on a 8x10 or something. Good TV persona. Terry was a very good talker, and I think she was underutilized there too. Terry Runnels is a very underutilized talker, and her, you know, she wanted to live her life in a bigger role than being known as Larry King's makeup artist. You know, I can only imagine how some of those conversations went, knowing the amorous nature of Larry. Oh my! The book is by Simon and Schuster. My partner Conrad Thompson and I both love those big old nice. You know what I'm saying? So I think she could have been a bigger asset, but I don't know what. I think Dusty. And it's kind of funny how it all ends up too, right? She might have been dating Dustin at that time.
Yes.
And that may have put her on Dusty's shit list. I don't know that, but I have watched a lot of episodes of SVU.
Well, I think there's been a lot written about that. There's books out there on that if you're interested. Google it. Let my family save your family some cash. You don't need perfect credit. You don't need money out of your pocket, but we will save you money. It's not a matter if, it's a matter of how much. SaveWithConrad.com.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.